Good evening, viewers. You're tuned in to ICRT, keeping you informed.
ICRT!
Taipei District Prosecutor's Office has requested the detention of an executive of the Cambodia-based Prince Holdings Group. The suspect was ordered detained after the prosecutors questioned 25 suspects and seized more than 4.5 billion NT in assets linked to the group. Prosecutors say 10 of them have been released on bail ranging from 30,000 to 700,000 NT, while the remaining 14 have been summoned to reappear for further questioning today. The move comes after the United States sanctioned the Prince Holding Group last month for transnational fraud and money laundering involving Taiwan nationals and companies. The US Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Assets Control put 3 nationals and 9 Taiwan-registered companies on its sanctions list. And authorities here in Taiwan carried out 47 simultaneous raids on the homes and offices of senior members of the Prince Group and related companies in Taipei.
Detention. Executive. Assets. Bail. Sanction. Fraud. Money laundering.
The Taiwan Association of Machinery Industry says outlook for the machinery sector could begin to improve by the second quarter of next year. TAMI Chair Zhuang Dali noted that while global economic uncertainty remains, market trends are expected to become clearer in the first quarter of 2026, with signs of recovery likely emerging by mid-year. He said Taiwan's strength in both information technology and machinery manufacturing positions it well to benefit from the global shift towards artificial intelligence and smart production. Zhuang added that this year's exports and production are still on track for growth, though the tool-machine segment remains relatively weak. He also urged authorities to maintain exchange rate stability, saying sharp fluctuations in the new Taiwan dollar could hurt competitiveness and pricing.
Outlook. Uncertainty. Recovery. Strength. Manufacturing. Competitiveness. Fluctuation.
Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani has become New York's first Muslim mayor and its youngest in generations. The 34-year-old state lawmaker defeated independent candidate and former Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo, who attempted a political comeback 4 years after resigning in scandal. President Donald Trump followed the race closely. The president frequently dismissed Mamdani by falsely labeling him as a communist and said he would withhold funds from the city if he wins. Trump endorsed Cuomo on the eve of the election, bypassing Republican candidate Curtis Sliwa.
Lawmaker. Defeat. Comeback. Resign. Endorse. Bypass. Scandal.
Lightning in July by Lin Chunying won the annual Golden Grand Laurel Award at this year's Taiwan Literature Awards, which were announced on October 31st. Set in Beitou Township in Changhua County, the author's hometown, Lightning in July explores the complexities of identity and belonging. It's been praised for introducing a new approach to writing native language literature, set against the backdrop of Japanese colonial rule in Taiwan, blending both Mandarin and Taiki. This year, the award received a total of 225 submissions, from which 30 works were shortlisted as finalists. A total of 7 works received the Golden Book Award, and 2 were honored for the New Bud Award. The jury noted that this year's nonfiction category was particularly impressive, featuring middle-generation writers who demonstrated maturity while continuing to challenge themselves through experimentation with narrative forms and materials.
Identity and belonging. Colonial rule. Blend. Submission. Shortlist. Nonfiction. Narrative forms.
And the Food and Drug Administration says 10 all-you-can-eat restaurants failed to meet hygiene standards during inspections conducted this year. Officials say more than half of the violations involved excessive levels of coliform bacteria, commonly used as indicators of hygiene and mostly found in beverages such as iced tea and apple cider vinegar. The violators were fined up to 40,000 NT and included establishments in Taipei, Taoyuan, Taichung, Hualien and Pingdong. The FDA noted that while such organisms are widespread in the environment, high counts usually indicate poor hygienic practices during food preparation or storage. In total, the FDA inspected 145 restaurants and tested nearly 230 samples, finding overall compliance to be high at over 96%.
Hygiene standards. Coliform bacteria. Violations. Indicator. Fine. Hygienic practices. Compliance.
New Taipei City is going paperless for its motor vehicle inspection notifications in a push for convenience and carbon reduction. The city's Environmental Protection Department announced that starting January 1st, 2026, the city will stop mailing paper notices for motorcycle exhaust inspections. Instead, owners will receive a text message notification reminding them of their inspection deadline. Officials say the city currently mails about 1.5 million reminders annually. By switching entirely to text messages, the city expects to reduce carbon emissions by about 15 metric tons per year, which is equivalent to planting 1,500 trees. Motorcycle owners need to register their license plate and mobile phone numbers on the new Taipei City Motorcycle Inspection SMS platform website to receive the annual reminder.
Paperless. Notification. Deadline. Reminder. Emission. Equivalent. Register.
The Taipei city government says it hopes to sign a contract with NVIDIA before the Lunar New Year, paving the way for the company to set up its Taiwan headquarters in the Beitou Shilin Technology Park. Deputy Mayor Li Sichuan says the city has reached a preliminary agreement with Shinkong Life Insurance to terminate its existing land use rights for the T7 and T18 sites. The city government expects to compensate the company a total of over 4 billion NT. Mayor Jiang Wanan had said that if all goes smoothly, the deal with Shinkong could be finalized by mid-November. After that, NVIDIA would prepare and submit its investment plan to the city government for review, a process the company said would take about 2 months. City officials say they aim to complete all contract and planning procedures by mid-2026, with the goal of signing the final agreements by February.
Preliminary. Terminate. Compensate. Finalize. Submit. Investment. Procedure.
Leaders of 21 Asian and Pacific Rim nations are set to open their annual summit to discuss how to promote economic cooperation and tackle shared challenges. The 2-day Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation meeting is to open in the South Korean city of Gwangju today. The forum comes a day after U.S. President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping agreed to take steps to ease their escalating trade war. Trump left South Korea after his meeting with Xi.
Summit. Promote. Cooperation. Tackle. Escalating. Trade war. Forum.
Trey Yesavage set a World Series rookie record with 12 strikeouts, and the Toronto Blue Jays opened Game 5 with back-to-back homers in a 6-1 victory over the Los Angeles Dodgers that moved them within one win of their first championship since 1993. David Schneider and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. homered on Blake Snell's first and third pitches, the first consecutive homers to start a series game. Yesavage, a 22-year-old right-hander who started his season last April, pitching before 300 fans in Class A, broke the prior rookie record of 11 strikeouts, set by Don Newcomb for the Dodgers in 1949.
Rookie. Strikeout. Homer. Championship. Consecutive. Pitch. Right-hander.
Taiwan's first locally built hydrogen-powered bus is heading overseas for its international debut. The vehicle, built by startup Hydrogen Power Valley Company, was unveiled today at a ceremony in Kaohsiung City Council. It will travel to France to be showcased at a hydrogen energy expo this January called Hyvolution Paris, and then to Germany for international safety certification. Hydrogen Power Valley says the bus was entirely developed and manufactured in Taiwan. The company says the zero-emission bus costs roughly half the price of similar foreign models at about 13.5 million NT and emits only pure water, eliminating tailpipe emissions. In 2027, it plans to begin working with local governments and bus operators to test the vehicles in real-world public transport settings.
Hydrogen-powered. Debut. Expo. Certification. Zero emission. Tailpipe. Public transport.
Kaohsiung's Chill in the Wild Festival launches next month, featuring a blend of music, markets, and cultural exchange with Japan. The event will take place on November the 8th at the Shinkai Memorial Park in the Liuegui district. Officials say the centerpiece of the festival is a market with 40 vendors from Taiwan and Japan's Kumamoto region, showcasing local specialities and crafts from both areas. The day will feature performances by major Golden Melody Award winners including punk rock band Fire X and singer Eno Cheng. Local artisans will also lead 3 workshops, allowing visitors to make traditional pastries, brew mountain tea, and engage in weaving. The city says the event aims to highlight the scenic beauty and cultural richness of the Liuegui area, and also provides curated travel itineraries covering nearby scenic areas. Registration for these tours is currently open.
Festival. Vendors. Specialties. Artisans. Workshops. Cultural exchange. Itineraries.
The Ministry of Health says it will be carrying out more stringent checks on all inbound passengers to prevent the spread of African swine flu. Minister of Health and Welfare Shi Zhongliang said from today, all incoming passengers will now be subject to X-ray inspections, regardless of whether the flight originated from a country with a known African swine flu infection. Separately, inbound parcel post will be thoroughly checked by X-ray to ensure there is no meat import. Market inspections will also be intensified starting this week, with Food and Drug Administration officials continuing their inspections of meat products sold in markets and supermarkets. Now, during their sweep, FDA officials said they'd conducted 35,000 routine inspections but found no illegal meat products imported with African swine flu. Still, local health bureaus have also been instructed to increase the number of inspections starting this week.
Stringent. Inbound. Inspection. Intensify. Routine. Infection. Illegal.
KMT leader-elect Zheng Liwen is opposing calls for excessive increases to Taiwan's defense budget, calling the proposals financially unsustainable. Speaking in Nantou, Zheng argued that defense spending must be reasonable, saying Taiwan isn't a money-printing machine or an ATM. She rejected proposals to raise the military budget to 5% of GDP, saying such levels would crowd out other vital public spending. The presidential office responded, arguing that investing in defense is investing in peace and is necessary to protect Taiwan's democracy and way of life. Zheng countered by saying that while she does support a strong defense, she insists Taiwan should pursue peace through stability and dialogue, not an arms build-up. She called on President Lai Ching-te to handle cross-strait relations carefully and avoid dragging Taiwan into unnecessary conflict.
Unsustainable. Reasonable. Crowd out. Vital. Investing in defense. Dialogue. Conflict.
Looking for the hottest music and exciting updates? Follow ICRT on YouTube and all social media!